All right, we're live. We're live with this title today. Hello, how are you? Either you're on Facebook, maybe you're on Instagram. Hello, my friends. Let me see. Let me see where is that you're connecting from. Um, Type number one if you're connecting live. Number two if you're connecting on a replay later on after this video has been posted. And I would like to see where is that you're connecting from. So today's topic, as you can see, we're gonna follow the same, type of topics I've been talking about in the past few weeks, on personal development and things. And more than anything, just really, really focus towards business. And this can also help all of us, in terms of improving how we're doing live and things like that. So let me see. Okay, so they're saying that okay, this is not on a public post. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for letting me know. So maybe you are in Europe, maybe you're in the US or Mexico. I'm gonna be broadcasting live on these same platforms in just a few minutes. I'm going to try to be very short and sweet with these topics, but I really like to put them out there. And thank you so much for those of you who have been reaching out to get to know more about how to start home-based business and things like that. But today, um, I'm going to talk about something that I have been listening lately. Hello, how are you? To all of my friends here on Instagram, Facebook, type number one. If you're watching live, number two, if you're watching on a replay, from which city you're connecting, is exciting to see you. Hey, hey, hey. To all my friends on Instagram and also Facebook. We're also on Twitter and we're also broadcasting live on YouTube. So, what is wrong, what's happening, what's wrong around us, and these are the type of topics that kind of like get our attention. Yes, uh, bad titles or titles with negative things usually draw attention. And the main reason why I wanted to start with this topic of what's wrong, what's happening, I have seen lately. Yes, how are you? ¿Cómo estás, Luz? Vamos a estar en español en unos momentitos más. Thank you for joining us. But what I have seen lately, I don't know about y'all, but in my on my Instagram or Facebook or even on Twitter, for those of you who are on Twitter, I just see a whole bunch of things like people getting angry over things, people just really spending a lot of energy in things that honestly we can't control. We can't come and just fix the world with the magic wave of our hand, or by us having an opinion, or by us dedicating time to things that are outside of our control. Yesterday, I was listening to some amazing words of wisdom, um, where we go and listen to the word. And just one thing really resonated with me. And then I was just thinking, what is going on? There's a lot of voices, there's a lot of things that we are bombarded with on this social media. And the reason why I want to be a little bit different than just promoting hate or promoting things that, make people uncomfortable, is that I just want to make sure that we focus, at least when I'm teaching people and I'm coaching some individuals around the world, and I would love to emphasize how to know ourselves, how to really understand what's inside, and from there, from a perspective of what can we do to improve our environment. Because, like, to be very honest, you are going to listen to a lot of things on social media. Maybe you are already. People get angry, people get distracted, but you and I have a job to do, which is leaving this world better than how we found it. Maybe that's not your mission, but at least if you could just think about this and think what's wrong around us, what's wrong in this world, and then transform your mind, you're gonna see how is that you can actually change things, because we can get all riled up, angry, all into the mode of what's going on in the world right now. To be very honest, it's very sad to see a lot of people just spending too much time on the phone, on the TV, or thinking about stuff that we cannot control, thinking about things that are outside of our scope of really having an impact. So, what is that we can do today for us to really transform our world? Is not just complaining about what's happening outside. Yes, there are really, 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 really bad things happening. But I want to tell you one thing. I've been listening, not to the news, but I've been listening today to an audio from Bob Proctor, one of my favorite authors and speakers. And there are 4 points that he invites us to take a look when it comes to really having an impact in the world. And not only that, but how is that we can change what is happening in our environment. What can we change? I want to tell you one thing: you cannot control what is happening outside of yourself, not even in your home, in your school. You cannot control any of these things, much less in your community, in your country, in other countries, in other continents. This is nonsense. I want to tell you one thing: there's one thing we can actually do. And I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect, because I'm very far away from perfection. I have a lot of mistakes. I'm a person that is still learning. And the reason why I'm here as one of my life missions is to, whatever I learn, I want to pass it over. I want to explain in my own words what has worked, what has not worked. I mean, I think that this is the least that I can do, being in this beautiful world. But going back to the topic, there are many things. Have you ever been tired of looking at your social media? Like, man, we hear everything. We hear from these people, you have done this. I'm not talking about even what's happening in the world, but let's say that you are on your social media and all you see is a person just venting on social media about what's happening in their life and in their world. And I'm going to tell you one thing: it all comes down to the things that we can control, and that is our attitude and how we respond and react to situations, to things that happen to us. Those are the things that we can control. The rest, we cannot decide how other people, how other governments, how other whatever is going to happen to respond to us, or how they're going to act towards us. We can't control that. We it is something that not even our creator can control. We have a free will. All of us have a free will. We are here, but we can decide to not be here anymore. We can decide to work on this, work on that. We can decide to live in this country or in another country if we decide to do so. But one of the things is that I get really tired. I get really tired, and not in a way that is negative, but in a way that it ignites a positive change. And I'm gonna invite you to do the same thing. I want you to look at your environment and see what really needs to change. Maybe it is the voices that you hear. Maybe it is the channel that you're tuning in on your on the news, or I don't know. But if your life is constantly surrounded by what's wrong in this world, what's happening, like a lot of negativity, a lot of complaints, a lot of did you know about this? Did you know the newest gossip? Do you know about such and such and such? If your world is full with these things, I'm going to tell you a sure future for you. And I do not desire these to anyone, but that's going to be a very, very negative world. So I have seen, and I don't know if, like, type here in the chat if you also see it on your feed, or if you also see it when you go to YouTube. You all you see is just these things of people just nagging and just, this happened and this other, and this person is wrong, and this person is narcissistic, and this person is this, and this person is that, and this person is the other thing. They should have done that. They need to help them. They need to do that. They don't need to help them. We don't need these people in our country. We do need them in our country. This person, I mean, come on, it's really tiring, really tiring. And you know what, unfortunately, and this is one thing that I have seen in the past when I had a TV, and I'm not telling you should not have one, but I used to see that there was a lot of the programming that TV has done in the world, but now, it's on social media. It's like it's very hard to escape, this I will call it the rat race. You just get on it and you just go like a little rat, and everybody's talking about a certain topic, and the algorithm and whatever, and then that's how people, make money. They do business. Unfortunately, that's the way the world works. But you can also take things to your advantage, but you need to wake up, because what's wrong with the world has nothing to do with you or with me. What's wrong with the outside has nothing to do with how we live our lives. And there are 4 principles that today I was studying from Bob Proctor, and I want to just simply give them to you. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you share this with other people, maybe with your kids, maybe with whoever. I'm not saying that I have the only truth, and that I'm perfect, but looking at this, how tired I got, to hear and see all of these people that I consider, some of them I respect, some of them I consider them as spiritual leaders or world leaders. And to be honest, I've been very disappointed about a lot of people that I respected, because now I have like my hesitations, because whenever you see hate, fighting hate, this is really, really bad, because it's like you're trying to use a negative emotion to combat or to actually tear down negative things. This will never work. It's like putting fire on more fire. Whenever you have a fire, what you want to do is to just tone it down, or just get the water so everything that's on fire stops being on fire, but not the other way around. So the point number one of this Facebook live and rant, whatever you want to call, is that your results, and this is not only about business, because I love business, but your results starts with you. They don't start with, somewhere in Timbuktu with the, I don't know, the president or whatever, no, no, no. Your results in your life, and even if you're trying to blame it on your local government or whatever, or you want to put them on a pedestal, I mean, either way is wrong. Your results start with you, with nobody else. Because there are many, 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 many books that say this, and many scriptures, that you should never conform to what's happening around you in your world. If you want to change, if you want your business to do better, if you want to do better, and I speak it for me before I say it for anybody else, you need to renew your mind. You need to actually do a modification on how you are thinking. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for the beautiful comments, for to all my friends on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you're watching. But I mentioned to you at the beginning of this Facebook Live that I used to watch TV, and I used to have TV. And then I was noticing how, I don't know who, and I'm not into conspiracy theories. I am not, so don't quote me on this. There's a programming from your past, from the TV, from social media. But the moment that you start transforming your mind and really just stopping all of the noises that make you take actions in a negative way, your life will improve. Because if you don't like the results in your life, it's not because of the world around us, it's because we need to change ourselves. Most people believe that success depends on external forces like luck, circumstances, opportunities, or resources, and whatever. But true success really, really happens when you start from within, when you start just thinking differently, when your beliefs about money, about having, a good health, about having, really great relationships are in alignment with what you do. Because whenever you start blaming the world for what is happening to you, that's, the worst thing you can do. But you need to be thinking in terms of what can I change about myself to get different results? What can you change? What can you do? And, number two, and this is the name of a book I'm working for quite some time, which is called Break Free. Break free from conditioning thinking. Whatever you think in your heart, that's how you're going to be. But then, you don't see, what's happening here in Mexico. It's really dangerous, and there's a lot of crime. We can't do business or whatever you are. But when the moment you start thinking differently and getting outside of the box and doing things for yourself, you will start seeing, that your life will improve. Because 95% of people who achieve financial freedom or who have successful businesses, they have a special way of thinking. Because I'm going to tell you one thing: how you do one thing, you do everything. How you do one thing for your business, for your customers, for your clients, for the people that work with you will determine how you do everything. If you're a person of integrity, that's going to reflect in your business. If you're a person of honesty, that's going to reflect in your business. If you're a person of conflict, that's going to reflect in your business. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Sometimes I need to stop myself on the tracks and say, hey, you know what? This needs to change. Number three, you need to master your mindset. Because, whenever we get to see what's wrong in this world is really bad. It's not something that, yes, thank you. Yeah, it is true. When, like, you do one thing, you do everything. I don't know if you've ever done this in school, that they make you redo the homework because it happened to me. Whenever I turn in my homework, a couple of times I had a teacher from biology, and I think she was the best teacher ever because she did not only teach me biology, but she taught me how to be very, um, very thoughtful and very clean on how I was writing. She will return the things to me. Hey, Danny, the grammar. Hey, this. So how you do one thing does, it determines how you do everything in your life. But thank you so much for mentioning that. And the fourth part, which is visualizing where you want to go. If you don't have goals, you will get nowhere. People say, well, I just don't need goals. I don't have goals. And then you ask them, so you don't have goals, but you just want a lot of money. That makes no sense. Because yeah, you can have, your work ethic and you go and you work, but the moment that life hits you, you're going to get derailed. You need to have a vision, and then you need to take action. Because without vision, nations perish. Without a clear vision of what you want to do in your life, you will not get to do anything. Because the most successful people see their future before it happens. There are people that say the most amazing individuals who have achieved great things that we admire, and I'm not going to quote any of them just for the sake of not being political here. But you have to look and connect the dots back. That's how you need to be thinking. You need to have a vision for your future. These people write goals. These people read their goals daily. Some of them, at least my mentor did, and they take action. Visualization is a blueprint for success. If you spend 5 minutes every single day imagining your ideal life, acting as if you already have it, even if you're not there. Like, I've been fighting a lot of mindset issues, throughout my life. through a trauma or whatever you want to call it. But the moment that I start acting as if I already have the life I want, to be thankful, hey, thank God, I achieved this, and you are thankful and you walk into your destiny, that's when all of the dots will connect, because you will see things and you will think as if you already had the things you want. And then you're going to see a full world of possibilities, connections, ideas, people. So I'm going to leave you with this. Success is not just for the lucky ones, it's for everybody. And success doesn't mean that you have to have $1 million in your bank account. Success could be that you have an amazing marriage. Success could be that you have the best children ever. Success could be that you have an amazing thriving business and you are opening new branches in your business. Success could be your health. It could be that you are in your perfect health, and that you are doing the best for yourself. So I'm going to leave you with this. It's very crucial that you start changing how you think, and everything will change for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting.